It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddy and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddy are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddy
Welcome to the Midday Show. No, nobody told me about Thursday.
Yes, you even saw the invoice for it.
I saw the invoice. Doesn't mean a hill of beans to me.
Why?
Because I don't know. I see a lot of invoices.
You need to look at the calendar.
No. We had an agreement in place that you guys would tell me when something's coming. You did, right? Yep. So far, I didn't get a phone call and I walked 3 miles for batteries that weren't necessary for Gato. And so far, and this is Gato, and so far, Thursday, I got no message, so I didn't know that either. Is there anything else I need to know?
You're not going to get messages until the day before, like a week prior, and then a day before, and then an hour before? Is that how you're going to do it?
I just want to know. Anything happening tomorrow?
I'll fix the settings on your phone and make it remind you a week.
Oh, that's what I thought we had agreed on. We have anything tomorrow?
Of course we do. We actually have music coming tomorrow.
We have music? I thought we had music today.
We've got Helen and Elliot's bringing somebody else in. We have music today. Well, not music, but we've got 561 Music. We've got Creeper Jr. They're coming in to
So what do you have
an
today?
interview. Today we've got Sally's here with her friend Fran.
Yes, hi.
Hi, Fran. Welcome. We've got a new friend of the studio. We've got Lisa Jansen joining us. Of course, I went to do some retail therapy, and I met this fabulous owner from France who has this incredible
I
art
thought you brought
store.
it back from France with you.
I should have, like in my Dior
She speaks
pocketbook.
French.
She's got the only Dior I can afford, so yeah, and she's got the only Chanel I can afford, so I might have to invest in her.
That is so cool.
It's so cool. Her
Always wanted
accent's
to learn
incredible.
French.
And she's a survivor, a 3-time survivor, which I thought in October we got to hear a little bit of her story.
Oh, absolutely. This is October's the month. I thought it was last
October
month.
is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
For this month.
For October, yeah.
I thought it was last month.
That was
I didn't get that on
September.
my calendar
You didn't get
either.
that on your calendar either. But anyway, so a lot of good stuff. Happy Monday, everyone. Welcome to the Midday Show. It's been a little, I know, in and out. We've been doing a lot of shoots, but I think for the next couple of days, at least we've got the Midday Show. And then Thursday, we're at the FAU Job Fair, the Internship Career Fair. So that'll be Thursday's event. And then we're scheduling Coriander and KC Market. And some
Coriander is already scheduled. When is that?
Coriander is October 23rd, Thursday lunch. And then I'm kind of double booked, so I might have to rearrange some things. Then 3 o'clock, we're scheduled to go to Delray Tennis Center on the 23rd after Coriander.
Can't do that.
I might have to move the youth center.
You
But
see?
we'll see. Well,
Calendar
we
and
could.
everything, she double booked.
We could leave Coriander and then go to the youth center. You could do both because you're just
Six,
filming
seven,
the kids
six,
playing,
seven,
playing
six, seven,
tennis,
six,
right?
seven,
to support their
six,
event
seven.
on the 30th.
How are you going to be in 2 places at once?
God, no.
Gato? And that's a Wednesday?
Thursday.
You obviously don't know Dawn.
I obviously do. So when we do that and we go to the tennis center, then we got to come here and do shows till 8 o'clock at night?
Potentially. But some of that's changing also.
Oh, is it?
Put that on the calendar for you too.
That's changing also?
It's just we don't have to be here as early. Anyway, things to do.
That
We're gonna
isn't
figure it all
true. I've
out.
already filled up those numbers.
Well, things to figure out.
Anyway,
That's why you
welcome,
need a
welcome,
calendar.
welcome. I'm exhausted. She's been back for even 2 hours and I'm already...
But look, the floors are clean, and Karen came in, and we've got. Oh, I forgot to mic Lisa up. I put out the mic. I forgot to mic her. Thank you, Karen.
You leave
Thank
the
you,
mics
Heather.
on the table.
I know. Anyway, ready to get rocking and rolling?
I don't know. I'm a little intimidated right now. I got people in here. I got her. You
But-
know who her is.
Save the date. We've got Spotlight for a Cause happening on October 21st. I know it's around the corner. I'm totally nervous about this. 100%. We've got 5 musical acts performing. It's going to be at Crazy Uncle Mike's, and it is in partnership with Do Good Delray and to benefit the Amp Media Futures Foundation. And those are all of the interns that work here in the studio to give them a step up on working in a real life studio, working in media production, communications, floor, video, audio, commercial creations, newsletters.
Now, who should be sitting in this seat is a band member here to the studio by the name of Jay. She should be sitting in this seat because I understand they're performing that night.
The Ruse is performing. We've got Heather Lee performing. We've got Dominic Delaney performing. We've got Creeper Jr., so they're going to be performing. They're going to be here today. We're doing an interview with them.
But she should be up here.
And we've got John Justice Parker. So we've got 5 musical acts. Actually, someone reached out to me today. I forgot to call her. That she heard from Heather's mother.
Are you ready to
She's
perform?
a musical act as well.
Yeah, I have no choice but to be yes.
Is that okay? Or do we get your approval of perform? You're going to perform.
At the event, yes.
You ready to do that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes is yes. A lot of good things happening. So save the date, information on our website, information at Give Butter, and information at ampfutures.org. You can find it all over social media. Tickets are $33. Portions of the proceeds go back to benefit Amp Media Futures Foundation. The other money goes to Crazy Uncle Mike's for a drink, a raffle ticket, and some light bites.
Oh, you get a drink too?
Yes.
And a light bite?
And a light bite.
For the 33 bucks? Really? Wow. Nobody told me that.
Do you not?
I wasn't here when this was put together. You get a drink and a bite for the $33.
And a raffle ticket.
And a raffle.
So the
Wow.
question is, what are we raffling? If we're really nice to Lisa, maybe we can raffle off one of those candles.
Wow.
And Lisa Mead Romero, she's going to donate a basket to be raffled off as well.
Lisa, I don't know nothing about this. Nobody told me about a
But I'm
drink,
getting a little nervous
raffle,
about it. I got to
nothing.
tell you, I'm getting a little nervous about
Did
it.
you know
I
about
will.
that?
Yeah,
Sally
we,
and
we
Steve
already
bought
bought
tickets.
tickets, but I'll donate something again, Dawn. So.
You,
What?
did you know you were going to get a drink and a...
No, now I know. I'll definitely.
I didn't know either. Me and you were in the same boat.
Tell
Nobody
everybody
told me.
that they're going to get a drink if they go.
You get a drink, you get a raffle, you get a little bite of what?
I have to talk to the catering manager about that.
Wow.
I know, maybe like a flatbread or something like
I
that.
didn't know that. I mean,
But you
And-
have a well, of course you have a
And a
raffle.
night of music. And proceeds go back to benefit the foundation. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we get to get into the show. So more to come. You can find us at Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, and Twitter at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. Like and subscribe to YouTube as well as Amp Media Productions. All of the shows we produce right here in the studio, including Call Me Zena, the new one, We Talk Funny, WTF, and so many more. All right, we'll be right back.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddy S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
At Gen X, we believe skincare should be both powerful and purposeful. Beauty doesn't fade, it evolves. Powered by women, made for everyone. Packed with bovine placenta, a rare regenerative ingredient rich in growth factors and nutrients. Infused with collagen peptides and hyaluronic acid, aloe vera, and coconut oil. Each ingredient is powerful on its own, but even better together. Feel the science, see the glow. Shop Gen X now at genxbeauty.com.
Discover Rosie's Garden. The collection draws inspiration from the beautiful niece of the founder, Rosie, who brought joy to many before passing too soon. Her beauty and spirit are reflected in every piece. Founded by two friends, Rosie's Garden is a female-owned brand passionate about creating stunning, elegant jewelry that embodies the concept of bellissima, the Italian word for beautiful. With a philosophy rooted in grace and elegance, the brand crafts each piece of jewelry using only the finest materials, including 18-karat gold and the highest quality craftsmanship, ensuring that every piece is a true work of art.
Step into a world where emotion meets expression, and every brushstroke tells a story. DeBilson Art Gallery features the captivating whimsical works of internationally renowned artist William DeBilson. From larger-than-life portraits to abstract reflections of love, loneliness, and connection, each piece invites you to feel, reflect, and escape the ordinary. Located in the heart of Delray, this art gallery is more than a space, it's an experience. Come discover what speaks to you. Visit DeBilson Art Gallery today.
Looking for a fun, delicious escape the whole family will love? Welcome to Sinful Crepes in Boynton Beach, where sweet meets savory in every bite. From classic Nutella dreams to loaded breakfast crepes, plus a full lineup of rich, bold coffee, there's something for everyone. Kids can even color their very own 3D printed bulldog while you sip and savor. Yes, 3D printed, colorful bulldogs you can take home. Visit us today at 1050 East Gateway Boulevard, Suite 103, Boynton Beach, Florida, or call at 561-509-7309 to order ahead. See you soon. Nova Fresh Kitchen in Boca Raton is a vibrant, fast casual eatery ideal for health-conscious dinners. With a bright, fresh ambiance, a nutritious and fully gluten-free menu ranging from breakfast pastries to protein-packed bowls, soups, smoothies, and coffee, it is a reliable choice for a fresh, wholesome bite any time of day. You can find them at 625 Northeast Spanish River Boulevard, Boca Raton, or order online at novafk.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddy S.
All right, we're back. And get your tickets, because you know what I just found out? I found out you get a drink, a ticket, and a bite. And
music for the night. And it goes to benefit our crew here.
And entertainment. I heard they're going to be rolling cameras and talking to people about putting their spots in commercial, amplifying your business. This is going to be a whole lot of fun.
And it's tax deductible. And actually, 2 businesses reached out to me over the weekend that they would like to sponsor the event. There are different levels of sponsorship. So if your business is interested, let us know. Some of them include extra tickets. Some of them include putting your logo on our banner and signage. So let us know, because we have to get all of that printed up to put out there.
And as always, we thank you for your participation. We have, over the years, this is our 10th year doing this, 9th year.
It's only our second year on this.
And second year doing it this way. But, you know, we've all been family for close to 10 years doing this. Double that number, and you get me doing this before I even met Dawn. Because she said no for 4 years, that would be 14. But anyway, thank you, because you got to be grateful to everything and anything you get in this day and age.
And Charlotte, thank you for letting me know who our guest is on Wednesday. It's now on the calendar. We have music by David Morin. Yeah, thank you, Charlotte. So everyone else who knows of the things that are scheduled on our calendar, let me know. We'll put it in, because now Freddie can find his calendar. All right, you ready to get into this? Let's head over to, we've got our French connection. I was out on a Saturday getting my hair done, and on my way, there was an art gallery, and then there's this new beautiful store that opened up right on Federal Highway, just south of Spanish River, on the west side of the street. And I'm walking by, and I see, it looks to me like a Chanel handbag that says $49. And, you know, I'm like, thrifting at its best. Like, what is this unbelievable store? So I ventured in, and I met the owner. Her name is Lisa Jansen, and she is fabulous, from France. She's a hairdresser and has this new incredible studio with affordable art and candles, and the art comes from France. So I'm going to let her describe everything. So welcome, Lisa. Lisa's also a 3-time survivor, so we are here to support you and send you all of our love and everything. So thank you for all that you do to share the message of hope.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the bags or your story. How about your story? How long have you been here?
7 years now.
Okay, in the States.
Direct from France. 7 years ago, I arrived just before COVID.
And you came to Florida?
Yeah, directly in Florida, directly in Miami. Because I was thinking, you know, Florida, it's not too far away from France, because I have my son in France. He's a paratrooper over there. Then I said, if I want to see him, if I live in California, for example, it's too far away from me. Then I said,
so let me get this right.
Florida's not too far from France.
Florida is not too far from France. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
I think England's probably a lot closer, but all right, we'll take Florida.
No, Florida.
But for America,
Florida's like around the corner. You know, you get there, you can walk, take an Uber, and you're there. What did you do in France? The same thing?
I'm hairstylist since 35 years.
A hairstylist.
Yeah.
And now you do
Hair and candles.
Hair by day, candles by night, kind of.
Yeah.
wow. So so you went in there for the candle side of it, not the hair side of it.
Because my hair salon is 2 doors down, so I went and had my hair done. As I was walking to my car, don't ever let, you got to maximize our time, down the sidewalk, I met Lisa in this incredible store.
Yeah.
And I saw these beautiful handbags. Now, what's sitting on the table next to her, those are candles. Those are not real Chanel or Dior or Birkin handbags. Those are candles that are hand-painted.
You gotta be kidding.
And when you burn them,
Yeah.
they smell like Chanel, or they smell like the perfume from the brand of the designer.
That is so cool. I thought they were handbags.
Those are candles. Aren't those incredible?
I'm speechless.
And she has all the
That's
way
really
up to
cool.
the Louis Vuitton trunk
Yeah.
and her store.
The big ones, yeah. It's much more than
In a
7
candle,
pounds.
Vivian.
Wow.
I know.
So
Yeah.
you light
Go.
this, you set it and you forget it until it burns out? Is that what you do?
No, I don't burn them.
We don't
Nobody
burn
burn them.
I was going to say that's the downside.
It's
They're
much
too
more like
pretty
a
to.
piece of decoration at the
burn.
end. Much more than a candle.
This is, I don't know what I would do. Would I turn it on? Would I just
It makes
keep it?
it makes a great gift.
Oh,
For
definitely.
the woman who has everything,
Yeah.
it's a fabulous gift to put
Exactly.
out. The small ones start at $49.
Yeah, exactly.
They go all the way up, but all price points are available, and she will
the most
custom.
expensive, you're right, it's the Louis Vuitton trunk because it's more than 7 pounds, or the big, huge Birkin, the real size of the real Birkin, it's more than 7 pounds, then it's 450. It's the most expensive.
It's still more affordable than a Birkin, though. So, right. Or a Louis Vuitton trunk. So either way, girl math, it's more affordable. Just saying.
Are you going to wear it?
No, but what a great gift for the holidays.
Yeah.
Or for your girlfriends, or a hostess gift, or if you go into somebody's house for dinner, or whatever it is.
That is amazing.
It makes a great gift.
That is amazing. I don't know.
Now it's like 18 months ago I started. Yeah.
Okay, I got to ask,
the
where did this
inspiration?
idea come from? Did you just came out of your head? Did you
No.
create this or somebody
It's
else?
one of my clients, 90 years old.
A 90-year-old client. This story
Yes,
gets
he's a
better and
businessman.
better.
Huh?
I
And
bet
he
he
told
is.
me, Lisa, I have something for you because you are French. Okay, let me know. And he showed me a picture of a speedy Louis Vuitton like this, but it was white with no fragrance, nothing. It was a gift for his wife. It took me 3 seconds. I was calling in China and I was ordering the molds. Say, what are you doing? Say, I'm calling in China. Say, for what? Buying the molds and making the candles, but not like yours. I want to make something much more design and much more like finished.
Because then you
With
add
my touch.
the leather handles.
Yeah.
The chains are real.
The chains are real. Yeah.
Whoa, you changed the design, so now you got real leather and real metal
Yes.
on these
and
candles.
sometimes I do have the flower Chanel, the camellia Chanel. Yeah, I change all the time the decoration.
So we can't turn them on.
You can because
No,
you
well,
can.
why would you? It's a work
You
of
can
art.
remove here the handle. You light your candles, and after you can put back the chain. Not a
I
big
would
deal.
cry. If I did that, I would cry.
Aren't they magnificent?
They're unbelievable.
Yeah, but it's my problem at the end because nobody burns the candles.
Nobody.
Then I have
They
no
don't buy
clients
more.
anymore.
I would like to hang one.
And she told me that she'll design one. So, like, if you want pink,
Yeah.
she'll do a pink bag.
Yeah.
Or if you want to
If
match
you want
your
a
Birkin,
flower, I
yeah.
can put the flower. If you want another color for the chain, I can change it.
Nice.
Yeah, we
I
can
think that
customize.
is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't. I would tell people, here's a gift. Do not light it.
How do you? Yes, if someone gives it as a gift, they've got to. You have a package saying that,
Yeah.
yes, because they
Yeah.
think it was a handbag.
Yeah, yeah. The problem sometimes people are like you say, "Oh my God, it's a Chanel bag." They take the chain, and they break everything. I can correct. It's not a big deal, but yeah, please, when you remove the bag from the bag, be careful because it's not a real one. Then
You have them
to
stored
say,
like you would store your handbags in your closet in drawers in her
Yeah,
store. So you
yeah.
open up the drawer
Yeah.
They've got all these beautiful candle handbags.
And you do
Wow.
have the smell, even if you don't burn it.
I bet it does.
Yeah.
That's an amazing. It's amazing. It's an amazing concept. It's amazing delivery, and then you took something amazing, made it even more amazing by adding the real deal to it. People,
Yeah. And it's a really good idea.
And then the artwork that you have in your store comes from Normandy, you said.
Normandy, it's my business partner. It's printed. It's a big, huge printer, the Swiss U print, and he designed everything on his computer before, and he print on everything. I brought here some aluminum pieces. Then you can put that everywhere, outside, inside, in your swimming pool. Doesn't fade.
You got big, huge pieces.
And we do have big, huge pieces. Yeah, I brought here some small pieces. You can put on your desk or whatever you want.
Gabe, do we have any of the reels that we downloaded?
as you can tell, we have a little bit of art in here.
Yeah.
There's a table and bar stools.
Yeah, we can customize also stools,
refrigerator.
tables. Yeah.
I want to hang one of the bags. I get the perfect place for it too. I got to make it up high because I don't want people to touch it. Because I know what's going to happen. They're going to yank it.
Do not touch.
Yeah, well, then it's not art.
Yeah.
Because people want to. You're going to put it right above so high so they want to touch it, but they can't.
What made you open a store? The store is new.
The store is new because it's a question of visa. I will be illegal in January. Then I cannot.
Okay.
Because it's the end of my first visa.
Okay.
And now I have to, my husband is in process for the green card, but it takes so long now, we're going to be illegal. Then my lawyer told me, you have to open something new, a new business. Okay, here we go. Because I did have already the candles, and I was partner already with my business partner. I say, okay, we open a boutique here in Boca Raton.
Do we have any of the reels?
It's why.
And so the hair.
Check out the store.
Yeah.
Wow, it's big.
Oh yeah, but it was at the beginning. The decoration is not like this anymore.
And now there's more.
Oh yeah, much more. Oh, the big Birkins. Yeah, it's a really cool boutique. People are amazed. Oh yeah, here now it's a suite. It's much more girly with all the packet book. Yeah, it was in process at this point.
But it's still amazing, but you can see the idea of it.
I love the concept. I tried to do the same concept, but the artists kept coming and we had more artists than we had walls. So as you see, everything is like everywhere. But it's very similar to what you're doing there. It's amazing.
Good,
it's an amazing concept.
Now you have a store. Now you can stay here with a new visa.
Yeah.
And a new business.
I'm in process.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
I love the purses. I think that is so cool for different gifts, different type of year. It goes for anybody.
Yeah.
Like the Jewish gifts or holidays. Or
It goes for
Catholic
anything.
holiday, anything.
It goes for anything. Great
And
gift.
now I'm making for men too, because candles we cannot offer to a man a bag. Then I'm making watches, Rolex. all this.
As a candle?
Yes.
Oh, I'm all in. I'm all into that.
Yeah.
A Rolex. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Give me somebody a Rolex and say, don't touch it. It's a candle. That'd be a trip. What an icebreaker. I love that.
Great gifts. And she found Crazy Uncle Mike. And
Yeah.
Mike went and did a promo at her store.
Yeah, it was really nice because we offered him a big frame and he said, oh wow, who is that? But he didn't have my name, my phone number or nothing, but I was in Crazy Uncle Mike at the bar and he texted me and he said, who are you? Because I have a beautiful gift, but I don't know who you are. He said, don't worry, I'm here, you can come. And he said, okay, on Monday you do have the interview in your boutique. And we did it.
Isn't that amazing?
That's very cool.
Yeah,
Mike is so great.
It was really nice.
And you are a 3-time cancer survivor.
Yeah.
And I think your story is so incredible because it's all, Sally, you always talk mindset.
Yes. Yeah.
Look at her incredible positive mindset.
Yeah. I learned that in my life. If I learn something, it's that. The first one, it was at 15 years old. And I didn't know, but I was dying. And I suddenly in the morning, I woke up and I did have like a egg, really egg here. And I said, it's weird. I stayed for 2 months like this. And I was dying. And a doctor in France told me, you know, Lisa, I don't know what you have, but what I know, it's not normal. You have to go in emergency, in hospital, remove me that, and you will see. I saw, they removed the tumor, and after it was chemo, radiation, everything, and it was a lymphoma of Burkitt. Then it's a cancer only for kids between 12 and 18 years old, and you die. By chance, I did have the right protocol treatment. And my professor in France, it was really interesting, and I have to tell this story, because 10 years after, I was to the hospital for just a blood test, blah, blah, blah. The ritual, you know. And the nurse say, where is Lisa? Say, I'm here. Say, no, you are too old. You are in pediatric area. You cannot be here. Say, yes, I know. I'm 25. But I love the professor. He's like my father. Say, okay, we keep you. And this day, the professor say, Lisa, I have to talk to you since 10 years. Say, okay, what's wrong? Say, please tell me the truth. Yes or no. Don't think even to my question. Answer quickly. Okay. Say, did you think one day you were here, you did have the surgery, chemo, radiation, blah, 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 blah. Did you think one day in your mind you were a kid? Perhaps I can pass away. I said, no. Okay. Now you understand why I'm treating only kids. Because you are so naive when you are young. Everything is positive for a kid. But unfortunately, I can tell you now, because you are 25 years old, one chance to stay alive. Just one. I was on my chair shaking like this. Say, no, it's not possible. Say, yes, Lisa, you are really a survivor.
Amazing.
And when I learned at 40 years old I did have a breast cancer, it was the double effect, kiss cool effect, or I don't know what. It was so hard for me. I said, no, not again. And yeah, I found myself my cancer because I never had any glands or something. Touch your breast, okay, I touch my breast if you want. Nothing. Just one thing. Every single woman has to know that. I did have my kids, they were already 13 and 17 years old. And I did have all the time at the end of my breast, on my nipples, like a little bit of milk, dry. I say, how it's possible? I don't have any babies to feed. Then why I have this like kind of milk? Cancer. It's the only way you can find this kind of cancer for breast cancer.
It was in the ducts?
Yeah. Then they removed my breast. By chance, it was just around the nipples. They removed my breast. No chemo, no nothing. No radiation, but because I found out really quickly. Then the professor in France said, don't ask me, I remove your breast. If you want or if you don't want. Okay, do it. And 1 year after, unfortunately, it was uterine cancer because it's connected, for sure. And by chance, it was at the beginning, then they remove a part of my uterus and that's it, by chance.
You told me you went through that surgery through hypnosis with no anesthesia.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
I didn't even know when I arrived at the hospital and the nurse told me, the professor told me, you have to talk to the nurse. Okay, hi. And she said, I'm gonna talk with you because you're not gonna have an anesthesia today. I said, what do you mean? Because I'm gonna have a surgery, intern surgery, then it's an anesthesia normally. I said, no, it's gonna be under, hypnosis.
Okay. Is that normal?
In France, we do that for small surgeries like this. We can use, we can use that.
Small
and
surgery.
I was shaking on the bed, believe me. And she said, no, don't be afraid. Listen to me. I'm going to tell you the story you want to hear, and everything is going to be okay. Okay. Then where do you want to be now? I say, I don't know. Perhaps on the beach somewhere in the world. Okay. let me talk about that with you. And she was so close to me. I was listening her like meditation, guided meditation, you know, exactly the same. And I didn't feel anything. The doctor was face to me, doing his surgery, done.
So you didn't feel any pain?
No.
Isn't she incredible?
And I have been burnt inside, burnt, because they were burning all the pieces, sick.
Wow, that's a book. It's a movie.
I know. And then she comes here and she opens a store to keep her visa and to stay here with her family. And her daughter helps her paint on Saturdays.
Yeah.
And I thought sometimes you wonder, you know, there's no coincidences. You end up at the right place at the right time.
Yeah, you're right.
And I said, can you come on to the show? And she said, I can come next Monday. She's off on Mondays from the hair salon. So yeah. I'm so grateful
And how
that
do
you
you
were here.
how do you feel? I'm afraid to ask this question. How do you feel?
Me?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
How
It's
incredible.
I'm really positive all the time. All the time. I'm like a warrior.
Look at her.
Yeah.
And that's what Sally always says. It goes to mindset. She's just positive and happy, and
There's
it's
an
incredible.
example
You're
of
right.
what I
And-
talk about on my show. That's a great example. It works.
My son blew me one day because he's a paratrooper and it's really hard. This job is just 27. He started at 17.
Wow.
I was crying this day. And he told me because he was for a mission, he was deployed one day and he was sleeping outside in the cold weather, no food, no drinks, no nothing. It was like awful. And I said, how you can do this job? He said, thanks to you, ma'am. What do you mean? Because it was your education. Oh, I was crying on the phone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I said, wow,
See, one
I did
person
something good.
can be the inspiration to so many,
True that.
right? We need more people like you and your positive mindset, especially now. And you want to be in this country, so especially now, we need more of you, which is remarkable.
You know, I'm really, really sensitive, and I'm not always positive, but I can be down for 24 hours, and again, I'm totally okay and positive, 100%. But never I watch the TV, never I watch the news. I cannot carry all this negativity and everything. It's too much for me.
Too much.
Yeah, since more than 10 years, I don't watch the TV. And some clients told me, you don't watch the TV and you don't know. I say, okay, tell me if it's the end of the world, call me, that's it.
Well, what's next? You've got candles, you've got artwork, you're a 3-time survivor.
Yeah.
A book, a movie.
I don't know. The life sent me so much stuff.
Amazing.
But I'm open.
She's open to new ideas.
I can handle it.
No idea.
What a story, right?
Yeah.
Incredible story. Tell everyone where the store is located.
It's 2831 North Federal Highway. The plaza, we don't have really a name for this plaza. We do have Vincent Bakery next to us. Face to us, we do have the gourmet market. It's French people too.
That's
then
right.
we are the triangle, you know.
You've got the French market, you've got Jody's Cupcakes, you've got everything in your strip mall. Amazing. And you're she's right on the end. So drive in, right on the corner, go check it out, grab a candle, a gift, or just say hi.
Don't get a purse.
A positive mindset. Remember how Lucy would have like sessions and Snoopy? The doctor is in, or
The psych is in. Yeah.
and you could do that. You could have a session.
Yeah.
A session and just have a session of positivity, which would be amazing.
Yeah, and
Nice.
you know that when you are a hairstylist, you are talking a lot with clients. And some clients, even in France, one of my clients, she was really depressing. And she was telling me all the time, because I was going in her house, and she was telling me, you know, when you are here, I don't take any medication for a few days because you are my sunshine. It's not only hair with you, it's much more than that. I say, that's good.
Wow, I love it. Lisa, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Check out these handbags, great gifts, great lady, and a great story. Let's take a commercial break. When we come back, we've got Vivian Fazio joining us. So we're going to be talking about legal and law and see what else. More to come. We'll be right back.
Craving bold flavors and the freshest fish in town? Welcome to Sushi Bang Bang, where every roll is a work of art and every bite pure joy. From crispy tempura to melt in your mouth sashimi, this isn't just sushi. It's an experience. Bring your friends, bring your appetite. Call now to reserve 561-292-3705.
Family business. It's me, my sister, and her soon-to-be husband. We've been here for about 5 years doing our thing in this beautiful little spot right in the heart of downtown Boca. We really are like that authentic New York, New Jersey, Northeast thing that you want to have when you're in South Florida. Our bagels are made from scratch every single day. They're top-notch, best you can get around here. And then lunch, chicken Caesar wrap, or like we have a beautiful avocado supreme salad. That's really, really great. And of course, all our sweets are incredible too. You know, something savory, salty, and a little something sweet after. And we will do our best to provide the best service, best food, best everything. And if there's anything you need, we'll do it.
Looking for bold, authentic flavor? Step into Bramer's Brazilian cuisine, where the vibrant taste of Brazil meets your favorite American classics. From savory churrasco to juicy burgers, every dish is made with passion. Hosting a party or a special event? We cater all occasions with incredible food that leaves a lasting impression. Our Boynton Beach location offers generous seating with a separate dining area for bigger parties. Come visit us in person today at 1035 Gateway Boulevard, number 201, Boynton Beach, Florida, 33426. Contact us by phone at 561-272-6377. Enjoy the Brazilian taste. Enjoy the Bramer's taste.
At Coriander, we bring you simplified yet elevated Indian food, where every spice, every aroma, and every clay oven dish is a celebration of your senses. From the rich warmth of cinnamon and cloves to the depth of turmeric and coriander, our curries are crafted with love, passion, and tradition. Comfort food from across the ocean. Come taste the magic at Coriander. Visit us at 3441 Woolbright Road, Boynton Beach, Florida, or call 561-739-3952 to order today. Coriander, where flavor meets comfort.
Our preschool team provides personalized education and therapy services that are specifically designed to meet the unique needs of our children. These students are overcoming medical conditions that have been affecting their physical abilities since birth. Our specialized teacher and therapists understand the critical role that occupational and physical therapy play in helping these young children to develop essential skills in their early education program. We like for the children to leave us as shining stars and enter the big world of kindergarten.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddy S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddy S.
This day in history is brought to you by Cherry Auto Works. On October 6, 1926, Yankee slugger Babe Ruth hits a record 3 homers against the St. Louis Cardinals in the 4th game of the World Series. The Yanks won the game 10-5, but despite Ruth's unprecedented performance, they lost the championship in the 7th game. In 1928, in the 4th game of another Yanks-Cards World Series, Ruth tied his own record, knocking 3 more pitches out of the same park. On October 6, 1926, Yankee slugger Babe Ruth hits a record 3 homers against the St. Louis Cardinals in the 4th game of the World Series. The Yanks won the game 10-5, but despite Ruth's unprecedented performance, they lost the championship in the 7th game. In 1928, in the 4th game of another Yanks-Cards World Series, Ruth tied his own record, knocking 3 more pitches out of the same park. On October 6, 1866, the brothers John and Simeon Reno staged the first train robbery in American history, making off with $13,000 from an Ohio and Mississippi Railroad train in Jackson County, Indiana. This day in history is brought you by Cherry Auto Works.
And we're back.
And we're back. We just got to check that out a little bit. Brought to you by AMP Media Futures Foundation. So they're learning, or crew, they're learning editing, camera work. You've got them out on shoots doing all kinds of fun things, but that's the fun part of it. And then the work side in downloading, in editing, in color correcting, putting sound together.
Shooting
all
it is
of the
easy.
fun stuff.
Well, you know what they say, marrying her is easy, keeping her is
Shooting, it's the fun,
hard.
glamorous side of it, right? And then putting it together is the other side.
It's always the legalities.
All right, you want to talk to Vivian Fazio of Coffey, McPharlin.
You want to set this up?
Yes.
How did we meet, Vivian?
Last Friday, or 10 days ago, Friday, we went to the BCLE, which was the Broward County Latin Entrepreneurs event, and it was at the View in Tamarack, the View restaurant, with Liza and DJ Raul, and what an incredible turnout in celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month. I don't know if you knew how many people were going to be there, but they had probably had 125, 150
Easy,
people there.
Easy. But that night, there was a dinner line. And I got online, Linda got online, I think you got on, we all got online, and we got a plate of food. And I gave my plate to Gato. Since he was doing production, he didn't get a chance to go online, I gave it to him. Then I went back online, and that's when I met this young lady.
You met Vivian.
I met Vivian on the line. And Vivian was there, and I think we got the last of it, didn't we? There was like nothing left.
I don't even think Vivian had a seat. She and I were
had
standing eating because the place was sold out. It was packed.
It was packed.
It was a party for sure.
It was a party, and I asked her what she does, and she asked me what I did, and voila, we got her in here to talk about what she does.
And here we are, and we don't often get attorneys, so thank you for from one hearing to the studio. She's like, my hearing ran late, can I still come? So thank you for making the time to come up from Fort Lauderdale for us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
And people are going to look at you. I know it was a Latin event. I'm not Latin. And look at Vivian and go, you're Latin? But in fact, you are.
I am. My parents came over in 1960 from Cuba, and I was born here in Fort Lauderdale. So they came first to New York, and then they came to where my brother was born, and then they came to Fort Lauderdale. But I grew up, back then it was very different because we didn't have a lot of Hispanics in the area. I remember feeling very awkward, and my friends kind of thinking my parents were a little weird because they spoke with accents, and I had my grandmother, my father's mother lived with us at home. So, it was just a different dynamic than what you see in a lot of American homes, and so it was just different. They spoke Spanish, but they always spoke English as well, but a lot of Spanglish, or they'd have their accent. The food that they cooked, of course, was a little different, but my friends always loved it and wanted to come over to eat the food at my house, so it was fun. It was a little, like I said, different at the time, being the only one who spoke Spanish and who was from a different background, but over time, obviously, I've come to treasure that.
Absolutely. Have you been to a lot of the events for the BCLE?
That was my very first event, and I wasn't sure what I was even walking into, to be honest, and so it was quite the surprise when I saw how lively it was, and the music and the dancing. I mean, it was very familiar to me because it's like so many of my family gatherings. I met with a group of lady friends the following evening for dinner, and one of them is Cuban, and so we always joke about sort of our traditions and the way Cubans are, and we're laughing, saying it takes nothing for Cubans to get up and start dancing. It doesn't take.
But what
long.
about marketing of an event to get you out on a Friday night to an event you've never been to a place where you don't know if you're going to know anybody? Where
and
you
a good distance from my home too.
And it was raining.
And it was raining.
Yes, and it was raining the whole way out. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
And so what was it that you said, you know what? I'm going to go out on a Friday night and go against all of these hurdles and have fun.
I was just curious, and I think that's just who I am as a person. I'm curious about things, curious about life, curious about people. So that was something that just piqued my curiosity. I did learn of it through the current president of the Broward County Hispanic Bar Association, Mario Lopez. And so I did know that, you know, he was going to be there, and there were other people that I might know there as well. But yeah, for the most part, I really didn't know many people in that room at all. But I just thought, you know, let me just go see what this is all about. And when I saw what the group did and, you know, some of their other events, I thought, you know, maybe this is something I might like to join, so let me give it a shot.
You had a lot of dignitaries, a lot of people running for office. There were political aspects, there was music, there was a lot of fun, great food, but it was so diverse.
It really
was a fantastic event, right?
Yeah, and all the different, you know, nationalities, all the different Latin countries represented. I thought that was really neat how they had the flags up for each one. And then, but what I loved too was first and foremost was the American flag, and then it went to all the other flags. And I think that's how we all feel, is we're Americans first and foremost, but you know, we don't leave behind the culture and traditions of our countries or our parents' countries.
Wow.
I like the way,
like a true attorney. I like the way she put all that out there so beautiful, so eloquently. That was nice.
But it was a nice turnout. It was, the people were nice, and me too. When I saw the music, it just reminded me of parrandas in Puerto Rico. We used to go during the winter months, and we used to go to people's houses, and the songs were like never ending. You know, they never ended. Those songs just keep rolling and keep rolling. And then they did another one, and we were there for like 20, 30 minutes, 2 songs, which is a lot of fun. The people were nice. Everybody was nice. They were taking pictures, they were passing cards, and the Latino community has come such a long way. I mean, here you are, an attorney. Now, what kind of law do you practice?
I practice primarily personal injury law. I also practice commercial litigation. So really both litigation-based practices, you know, sometimes people will ask me about, drafting a contract, or, you know, that's more transactional work. So I tend to stay away from that. I really focus on litigation. So when you have to file a lawsuit or defend a lawsuit, depending on the situation, that's where I would become involved. Obviously with personal injury, you've got people that are unfortunately in these often horrible accidents. Sometimes it's not something so severe, but because of their condition, if it's an older person and they slip and fall, that can be a very big deal for them. And so it just depends on what the facts of the case are. Obviously, we're not a firm that focuses on, you know, just any case. It has to be a meritorious case. We're not going to bring a case that doesn't revolve around someone's negligence. So if there's a negligent party and we've got injuries and damages, then that's a case that we can pursue. And a lot of times we can resolve those things without even filing suit. I say litigation because oftentimes things end up in litigation, but we do pre-suit work as well. So before we even file suit, you know, we're negotiating with the insurance company. We're helping you get to the doctors that you need. If you are injured, sometimes people just don't know. They don't know what to do, where to go. All they know is they feel bad, they hurt. And so we get a real in-depth picture of what's going on with them, and we will help them get the care they need, which is the most important thing, that they're healthy, or they can be as healthy as they can be. And then, of course, after that they get compensated for those injuries. That includes a lot of things. That can be their medical expenses. That can be their mental and emotional state. You know, you have a great positive mindset, but those things impact you. You know, people don't realize that, you know, suffering a traumatic event, an injury, that upends your life, and it really does impact a lot of other areas in your life oftentimes. Sometimes there's a spouse, and that spouse will have what's called a loss of consortium claim, because now they're not able to rely on their spouse the way they were before. So there's a lot of different elements. And then, of course, a lot of times people are left with a permanent injury where, you know, they're now not able to do the things they could do before. They're not able to, sometimes in extreme cases, you know, walk or do things for themselves. Or, you know, there's all different levels of injuries, obviously. But, yeah, there's a lot of different factors that go into that.
You do all size cases? You know, we see a lot on TV, and I think it skews people one way. But not every case, thankfully,
$1 million
is a catastrophic multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar life care plan.
Right. That's why I say there's all different, you know, levels. Sometimes it's something, you know, fairly simple, and that can be, and those are the cases that more often can be resolved without filing suit. But yeah, sometimes they are catastrophic, and those are the cases we tend to focus on a little more. But we do we do handle sort of your run-of-the-mill, if you will, you know, slip and fall, trip and fall, auto accidents. Again, there has to be a culpable party. You know, you can't just have an injury that no one else caused and expect it to be compensated. We
You
get
do
calls like
both.
that sometimes.
So you're doing personal injury and corporate litigation.
Well, so yeah, the commercial litigation side is, it can be, you know, two businesses. Oftentimes it's partnership disputes or things like that. Or it can also be an individual against a business, or a business sometimes against an individual. So they can be a lot of different types of cases. Most common are contract cases, contract disputes. We know that contracts exist in almost every facet of life now in one form or another, and so those things can often be the subject of disputes between parties. There's also sometimes more nuanced issues where there's fraud, breach of fiduciary duties. Sometimes, right now we're dealing with quite a few HOA cases, cases involving homeowners associations, where there's been misuse of funds. And so there's fraud there, and there's also a cause of action that each individual homeowner has against sometimes the president of the homeowners association, sometimes against the homeowners association itself for mismanagement, and sometimes against a property management company for going along with things without being that safeguard for what's.
And no, condos with their HOAs are crazy, right? We could do a show here with Laura on real estate and what those assessments are like and where that money's being appropriated, and you probably see all kinds of cases.
Yeah, I mean, there's rules that have to be followed. There's very specific things that need to happen in order for assessments to be put in place, and you have to have budgets, and you have to have meetings and approvals and all those things. And sometimes I think people, sadly, in those positions on boards and as presidents in particular, get a little bit of a power trip. They feel, you know, this is my opportunity to control, and they start taking that power a little too far, and they get themselves into some trouble.
It doesn't turn into negotiations, it turns into an argument. My mom, when she was alive, there was in front of the building that we lived in New York, there was slate pieces and there was a drain. And it's funny because I always told my dad, we lived there for 20 years, my sister still lives there. I always told him, this drain is very dangerous because it snows in the winter, the water melts, the ice melts, and it goes down this drain. So we had this day that the temperature froze. So all that melted water turned into ice, a block of ice. So my mother ran out to get her sister at the car. She slips and breaks and compound breaks her leg.
Oh, wow.
And it was ugly. And they had to put in screws and plates and the whole 9 yards. And my mother must have been, 58 or something like that. So she was a slow healer. And she got a letter from the building that said, we're going to give you $25,000 for your pain and suffering. Most Latinos say, oh, $25,000, this is good. My mother was embarrassed. My mother was embarrassed that she fell. And I said, Mom, it's an ice skating ring. She wasn't the only one apparently that fell because they tore that all up and they redid it. It took 4 years. My mother won $500,000.
Nice.
And the attorney says, don't take it. Let's go for more. My mother didn't even want the money. She says, are you crazy? I'm embarrassed enough as it is right now. I don't know why I'm doing it. And pain and suffering. I mean, what they did was they took pictures of her in the hospital. They sent me. And I took pictures of her in agony. And they made these posters. And they put it all over the courtroom. And the judge looks around. It was Nationwide. It was the company. He says to them, I'm going to tell you something. This lady has no record, no prize, no nothing. If I were you, I would settle this right now. It's what he told them. And it took 4 years and a day, and they got it done. But Latino sometimes communities, they just don't understand that you do, especially the way things are now. You know, everybody hears these horror stories and everything else, and they're walking around maimed, and because they don't want to make noise, per se. And that's why I had asked you to come up here to sort of let people know, you know, you do still have rights.
For sure.
You know, if you get hurt, you do have rights. Sometimes you suffer an injury, like I was in a car accident, and I felt fine until the next day. I couldn't get out of bed.
That's what happens. It's a delayed reaction for sure. A lot of people that happens. And then, you know, the other side, the defense side, will try to use that and say, well, you weren't taken by ambulance, at the scene. You didn't seek help that day, and listen, I did defense work for many years, so I can say this. The jaded view is sort of, well, if they didn't seek help right away, then they weren't really injured, and it must have been that somebody put the idea in their head, the next day or whenever they ultimately seek treatment, that, oh, you should go seek treatment to have a lawsuit or something like that. And that's really not, I'm sure that happens sometimes, but I would say, the majority of the time, it's just what you're describing, that you're in shock, right? When you're initially in an accident, you're in shock. Your body hasn't even, really registered. Your brain hasn't registered exactly what's happened. And so it often takes a day or two, sometimes longer, for people to realize, wow, I'm having this pain, and attributing it to that.
And I'm guilty. I am guilty because I did not pursue it. There was over $6,000 in undercarriage damage to my car. And it took me a week of ibuprofen to be able to get out of bed.
Yeah.
But I didn't pursue it because, like my mom, I was embarrassed. All this psychological stuff happens. I didn't want to chase. You know how many attorneys called me? Or because I guess there's an accident report. The cops were there and everything.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to do that. That's a big no-no.
Is that illegal?
Well, this is going back.
Called solicitation.
This is going back when I was working in Miami. So I've been 20, maybe 12 years ago. And they called me, and I just hung up the phone and hung up. And I says, enough with the calling. Where the hell is all this coming from? So I didn't pursue it. So I'm just as guilty. And maybe that's the reason I said, why don't you come up here? Because if you get injured, if you are in an accident, if you do something, I tell my sons this now, you call the cops, get an accident report, get information, do it the right way. Don't do it the way your father did it, because they only pay for half the damages to my car.
That's the thing too, is you're usually, you're not made whole. You're not going to get even your property damage taken care of. So there are a lot of, and you don't know what's going to develop down the road. So it's always best to kind of wait and evaluate and see how things are, as opposed to taking whatever the insurance company offers you, because 9 times out of 10 or 10 times out of 10, it's going to obviously be in their favor. They're not doing it to be kind-hearted. They're not doing it to help out. They're doing it to quickly shut down a claim for as little as possible.
Exactly.
And there's still PIP, and right, $10,000 in PIP goes first.
If you have an emergency, you have to have a certified emergency medical, they call it emergency medical condition, to have the full $10,000 available. Otherwise, it's $2,500. But it doesn't mean that you have to be like on your deathbed. It just means that you're going to need, ongoing care and treatment. You have something serious enough that's going to require more visits, more medical care and treatment. So.
All right. So someone heaven forbid gets in an accident, call the police. Call an attorney. Like, what's the order of things people should do?
Definitely call the police. But I will say, the police are great, but they make mistakes too. So don't think just because you're cited in an accident that you don't have a case and that you must have done something wrong. Because I've had some really crazy situations where the police have cited my client, and it's turned out not to be the case. They just, they either just took the other party's word at the scene, or they just didn't do an adequate investigation. Oftentimes, if the other person is injured so badly that they can't give their version of events, or in one of my cases where the person was dead, was killed instantly.
Wow.
Pretty much. I mean, ended up dying at the hospital, but was really in bad shape. It wasn't until his mother went around to all of the neighbors and got video showing what had actually occurred, and the woman had run the stop sign. Wow. And she was telling the story that the other party was at fault, her son.
I was going to bring up also the fact that sometimes you have a senior driver and you have a young kid, 20 some odd years of age. And what happens is the senior will manipulate the conversation with the police officer. And the police officer sees a young person, sees the senior, and they're going to write the report with everything they're hearing in the left ear, but they're not hearing anything in the right ear. Do you have a right to read the report and say, excuse me, officer, this report is incorrect? Can you do that on the scene?
You certainly you can voice your opinions now, whether that actually makes it into the report or not. You know, you're not the one who's actually writing the report.
Right.
It's a police officer, but absolutely, I would make my voice heard and give your side of the story. And then, like I say, that can always be challenged later on as well.
Because if you're young, and you look at these guys in here, they're not going to say a word. I guarantee, I would lay $1,000, they're not going to say 2 words.
Right.
And if the incident didn't occur or is being tipped against them, they're just going to stay completely silent. And you should you read the report? Can you ask the officer, can I read the report? Are they supposed to let you read it?
They don't usually have the report ready right away. Yeah.
Okay, they go and write it later?
Yeah,
You can get it later.
Because I got to tell you, from doing this with the kids for the last 7 years, and the accidents that we have seen, I don't understand the physics of law. I don't understand the physics of humans. How a car can fly through the air and land on a car is amazing. But these are the stories that I read that happen because of their age.
Right.
So they're like sitting like this. They're scared to death. They're afraid to do anything. So it gets written up with somebody yelling, screaming, ranting, and raving. Over here, I tell my kids, listen, you call a cop, you call the attorney, and then you call me, because what happens is they're younger, and I don't care what anybody says, they don't get treated the same way as somebody who's older.
Right.
It just doesn't happen. So you really need somebody who's going to stay on top of this thing. And I'm sure that you would probably advise the same thing, because kids then they become a hothead and they make the situation worse. Welcome to Florida.
Right.
Vivian, what's the best way for people to contact you or the firm?
Well, we have a phone number. We have my cell phone is on my card as well.
We're not going to give that out.
What was that?
It's right there.
I think those numbers are reversed.
It's 541
3194
is the office line, and I'm available by email as well. Vivian@coffeymcfarlin.com. We're pretty accessible, so if you can't get me, you can get in touch with somebody in my office. We have people that help out with intake and can get you situated.
Well, thank you for joining us. Such a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. Pleasure to meet you both.
It was fun.
Now you know why she was out on the Friday night looking for some fun.
It was fun how we met you. It was kind of fun.
That was fun, for sure.
And there was a lot of things going on there. And then we have more people that are going to be coming.
You had an attorney had a show with us, had a show with you before we were here, Shane, or had a segment with you.
That was a long time ago.
Oh, well, we've been doing this a long time. But he did personal injury as well.
And it came from Fort Lauderdale. What is it? Every attorney in the world is in Fort Lauderdale.
There's a lot, though.
Well, we handle cases throughout the state. We are based in Fort Lauderdale. Our office is actually right next to the courthouse, which is very convenient. But yeah, it does, nowadays we do a lot. There's a lot more by Zoom that we can do, so it gives you a lot more ability to handle cases throughout the state.
How long has your firm been going?
This firm has been around for 3 years, but we've all been practicing for about 30 years.
Now you're one of the big wigs there, no?
It's myself and 2 other gentlemen, the founders of the firm, Coffey McPharlin, Sam Coffey and Todd McPharlin. They're both, roughly, we're all about the same vintage, I would say. I actually went to high school with Todd. He was a year ahead of me, fun fact. And Sam I've known back from when we were baby lawyers, and we were first both doing defense work. So we were representing a lot of insurance companies, a lot of hospitals, doing medical malpractice defense, doing all kinds of defense on behalf of insurance companies and hospitals and companies. So we know how they work. We know all the tricks. We know exactly what their strategy is, and we're able to combat that real effectively.
Strategy.
And you're a partner, yes?
Yes. Yeah.
Latina partner. Let me tell you something. Don't get it ugly.
I just joined up with them actually in January, and it's been a lot of fun. We're looking to grow the firm, so anybody interested in joining, please let them know as well.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick break. Check it out. Coffey McPharlin, Vivian Fazio joining us. We come back. We're going to talk to Sally. I don't know if we're going to talk to your friend Fran, but I don't think Fran wants to talk.
Fran wants to come with all sorts of gizmos. She has props.
All right. We're going to take a break. More to come. We'll be right back.
Step into a world where emotion meets expression, and every brushstroke tells a story. DeBill's Art Gallery features the captivating whimsical works of internationally renowned artist William DeBillson. From larger-than-life portraits to abstract reflections of love, loneliness, and connection, each piece invites you to feel, reflect, and escape the ordinary. Located in the heart of Delray, this art gallery is more than a space, it's an experience. Come discover what speaks to you. Visit DeBill's Art Gallery today.
Looking for bold, authentic flavor? Step into Bramer's Brazilian cuisine, where the vibrant taste of Brazil meets your favorite American classics. From savory churrasco to juicy burgers, every dish is made with passion. Hosting a party or a special event? We cater all occasions with incredible food that leaves a lasting impression. Our Boynton Beach location offers generous seating with a separate dining area for bigger parties. Come visit us in person today at 1035 Gateway Boulevard, number 201, Boynton Beach, Florida, 33426. Contact us by phone at 561-272-6377. Enjoy the Brazilian taste. Enjoy the Bramer's taste.
Nova Fresh Kitchen in Boca Raton is a vibrant, fast casual eatery ideal for health-conscious dinners. With a bright, fresh ambiance, a nutritious and fully gluten-free menu ranging from breakfast pastries to protein-packed bowls, soups, smoothies, and coffee, it is a reliable choice for a fresh, wholesome bite any time of day. You can find them at 625 Northeast Spanish River Boulevard, Boca Raton, or order online at novafk.com.
Craving fresh, delicious, and affordable kosher products? Come visit Casey Market. Since 2009, we've been your trusted source for high-quality groceries, fresh meat, fish, deli, and more. We take great pride in our business and the quality of our products, including our irresistible kosher pastries, baked fresh daily at our on-site bakery, and our full-service catering for any occasion. Located at 3775 Woolbright Road in Boynton Beach. So whether you are on your lunch break, stocking up on essentials, or are looking for a sweet treat, come check out our wide selection. We offer refrigerated delivery across the Tri-County area and beyond. Visit us today or online at koshercentral.com. Contact us by phone at 561-396-9711. KC Market, where quality and customer satisfaction come together.
RCCA has a team of specialized therapists to treat a wide array of injuries and conditions, including balance issues, back pain, fall prevention techniques, joint replacements, and stroke rehab. Our therapists at RCCA help adults reclaim their strength and flexibility, allowing them to return to their hobbies and sports. We tailor treatment to return our patients to activities they love, such as croquet, gym workouts, golf, pickleball, and tennis. Our state-of-the-art equipment and therapists ensure that there is something here for everyone.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddy S.
That's a big one. All right, we're back real quick before we move on to Sally. One of the things we were talking about in between the deal is you have somebody who doesn't have insurance and you have minimum life and you have a medical bill that's $50, $100, $200,000. What do you do?
That's a difficult situation, but the best thing is to try to negotiate those medical bills to see what the providers will agree to accept. And that's one of the things that we provide a service to our clients is we have somebody in-house who's devoted solely to negotiating those medical bills and getting them down as low as possible. Obviously, especially when there's a small policy, and so you need to, the person's not really putting anything in their pocket or, you know, very much at all oftentimes, especially depending on the bills. So we try to get those down as much as possible. And, you know, when they know that there is that situation, they're much more cooperative because they know they understand the situation. You know, you can't get blood from the stone. You know, there's just nothing there.
And the psychology that goes into that whole
And
thing.
then I also asked about the statute of limitations. You had a bad reaction to a medication that almost
Yes.
cost you your life.
Yeah, and there was a big lawsuit that was taking place in Texas. Yeah, don't
Like a class action.
Class action.
But you didn't do it. That's why I asked her what the not because I asked her statute of limitations. It made me think of the case, of your case.
I don't like talking about
But you
that.
didn't have a case. I know you
But
didn't
thank
have
you
a
for
case.
bringing it up.
So statute of limitations is?
So it's always been in Florida for medical malpractice and for products liability. Was a 2-year statute of limitations, but for negligence, which is, you know, basically all your car accidents, your slip and falls, any other negligent activity that isn't caused solely by a product or by a medical provider's negligence, those were 4 years, but recently, earlier this year, those changed to a 2-year statute of limitations. So we are now under a 2-year statute of limitations, so more important than ever that if you are injured, that if you do have a potential claim, that you seek out assistance early, because we only have 2 years. And I know that still sounds like a lot of time, but you'd be surprised. And you want to have time to be able to go through that pre-suit process where you're giving the insurer or whoever the other party is an opportunity to resolve the case before filing suit. That benefits everybody usually, if you can. So the sooner you can get into treatment, the sooner you can figure out what your real injuries and damages are. That gives us an opportunity to try to resolve things before filing suit. So yeah, 2 years goes by pretty quickly. You don't want to wait to the last minute. In fact, funny, on the way up here, was declining a case that the statute of limitations runs next week. And you just can't push it that far.
And they probably knew, and so they're scrambling around and saying, I've got a week left, can I get something filed, a motion or something filed in a
The
week?
complaint, yeah, you got to file suit.
Wow.
That was, again, and I did have a case, and they did go through, and I didn't go through with it because I wanted to get out of the hospital. I didn't want to see the hospital anymore. I didn't want to go through that whole thing. Emotionally, there's a whole different side to this that goes on. You know, that you walk away from something where everything else dies. When you walk away through trauma, you sort of just want to live life. And I didn't want to go to litigation. I would have had to go to Texas. I didn't want to do all of that. So I said, you know, it is what it is, and then we go from there. But thank you for bringing that up.
It's more the statute of limitations. Thank you, Vivian.
You're welcome. Sure. She's back.
All right. We got Sally's back, too. Ready for your show?
I am.
Call Me Zena coming up today at 2:30.
I think, what did I say
He
the show was about?
He said it didn't make sense.
Oh, I think it didn't make sense?
I'm
Did
teasing.
you say my show didn't make sense?
No, he said your question, he needs to know what you wanted to talk about.
It was deja vu again, I think.
Dreams or deja vu?
Well, both can go with each other in a way, actually. But I think we put deja vu. Did you get any answers?
I couldn't explain that. People were so confused.
Okay. It's all right. I should have written you a better text. I'm sorry.
You sent me when you have dreams of people
Yes,
in your prior
that's correct.
life.
That's
Lives or life? That's the first part.
Yeah. That
Like
would
if
have
I
worked.
dream of some woman with a dress from the
That could be a
1700s.
premonition.
I'll let you have it.
I got a picture for you.
I had to bring some humor.
I found a picture. I'll show it to you. I took a picture. We're out for dinner one night, and Chelsea goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "I have to take a picture of this for Sally." So I'll show you.
What is that? Oh,
It's a dream that she had. What does it mean?
Okay.
I mean,
So
I had
really,
a dream.
I guess if anybody, go ahead. I'm
I
sorry.
had a dream with my bookie. What does that mean?
It means that you're probably going to win some money.
How come
or
you're
lose
the only one that got
some- Either win or lose money.
What?
Either win or lose money. in
Oh
the
no, I
next
lost
few
his
days.
number. I'm done
Well,
with
there
him.
you go.
I'm done with him. How come you're laughing at that? But it's a true dream.
Well, yeah.
Nightmare, I tell you.
Well, let's talk about premonitions. It doesn't have to be, obviously, you didn't have many people answer.
Well, you're going to have a couple of guests at your show, so maybe
Yes,
what
we
we'll do is we'll let them lead the way.
Right.
Today is an open forum.
Your friend Fran's
Open-
joining
open
us.
forum,
She's an
yes.
artist.
Yes, Fran is an artist, a wonderful artist. But I know you're not quite ready to talk today. Yeah.
No, she wants her
Her
props.
art is beautiful. Is beautiful.
She wants her props.
She teaches. What else?
She wants to do this when she wants to be in center stage. She wants to be prop and show
Well, you're
design.
used to talking. You've been on the radio and seen, yeah.
I can certainly do that. But
Yeah.
I don't want
Well, I mean, you're used to talking, but talking in
said
front
what,
of people.
dude?
I didn't
You don't
think she's
get
used
it.
to
Did you
talking.
have the dream? Did you get the memo?
She's used to talking in front of people. She could talk through.
And Sally's
Very-
birthday's on Saturday.
Yeah.
10/11. 10/11.
6, 7, 10, 11.
10/11. October 11th.
And I'm an old lady.
But it was nice. I had Sally and Steve over the house for breakfast
How was
last
that?
week.
Let me ask you, how was it?
Her family, your family is beautiful.
What, you have pancakes?
We're so. No, you don't have pancakes. I mean,
It's
you break
breakfast.
When you break a fast, you don't usually break it
It's
on
breakfast at dinner time.
Pretty much.
No, well, it's all in one actually.
What did
because
you
we had
have?
lots
I'm
of
dying to
cream
know. What
cheese
you?
and a bagel.
Oh, yeah, cream cheese and a bagel. You're still in New York.
Yeah.
Okay, you didn't have no
Potato
pancakes.
salad. Do you want me to give the menu?
You didn't do pancakes?
Dawn,
I did
you'll have
French
everyone
toast.
coming to your house.
You
I
have
made a
French
big
toast?
tray of French toast.
French toast, yes. And
I almost went. I was
My
in my
mother
car.
was very upset you weren't there.
First of all, stop it. Stop it. Because you're back for 15 minutes and you drive me insane already. Stop.
Dawn, I've got your
I
back,
was
you know
gonna
that.
I was gonna go. Linda said, let's go.
Yeah,
We were gonna go. And then I said, no, I don't want to go because it's gonna be, why are you here? And I didn't want to go through all of that.
My mom said, I think you even asked me if Freddie was coming. And my mom said, isn't Freddie
If
coming?
your mom had called me, if you had dialed it up and she had called me and she said, Freddie, come, I would have gone.
Freddie's mum is adorable. Fred,
Yes, she is.
She
my mom.
adopted him too.
She's my mom.
Dawn's mum is adorable.
She is adorable. She had
I
her
meant to
purple
say
hair.
Freddie, Dawn's mum is adorable.
She had her purple hair.
Yes,
Or-
but a lot had grown out. Yeah. And
Oh, that just because
her
we.
nails match too.
Because
with
if
her
you know a
hair.
hairdresser, you got to bring a hairdresser
You know a
there.
hairdresser?
You got to bring a hairdresser.
Purple hair.
Nails match the hair. but
She
you
has
are.
all. Me and her mom. Me and her mom used to.
Myra.
We used to run in similar circles back in the day. Like she knew all the
With-
gangsters that I knew, for lack of a better word.
The first thing she said, one of the first things she said, we knew each other in a past life. I said, okay, I'm home.
Oh, she told you that?
Yes. We were talking.
Your
'cause
mom's
she
a
can't-
pip.
Yeah,
They talked all night.
because I knew then I could talk openly to her.
Oh no, she's into that whole thing. She's. I heard you're opening up a jewelry store.
Who is me?
Yeah.
My mother said, I want you to open a
Oh, she
third line
wanted
of
me
jewelry.
to open
Yes.
a jewelry store.
So you got purses
I'm
now.
having
You
enough
got
problems
jewelry.
with my art on clothing. I don't know.
All right, so we're going to talk about deja vu. I said to someone, I'm having deja vu. You know what they said? What do you mean?
Well, that's what my
What do I
show is
mean? I
gonna
said, I mean, like I'm having deja vu right now, like I've been here. Well, what does that mean?
And that's what my
Was it
show
a
is gonna
dream?
be.
Did you really feel
You
you
know,
were
you
there?
gotta be very specific.
And
Deja
apparently
vu,
I was
Yogi
not
Berra?
specific enough. Thank you.
You're not being specific.
Why? If someone says I'm having deja vu,
What does that mean?
It means you feel like you've been there, done this.
in another time and place,
Right.
or space. Right.
Maybe it's a parallel
Were you
life.
talking
maybe
about-
I
it's a
should have
dream.
sent my text to you, Dawn.
Thank you.
Not Fred.
Were you talking about? Yeah, you should. You
I
should do
should.
that.
That was-
Absolutely. Let her
I
handle
made a
this.
big mistake.
I looked at this thing and says, this doesn't make any
That's what he
sense.
said this morning. I don't understand.
I'm gonna give her.
A
let her
deja
do it.
vu. That means that you felt that everything
There
that's
wasn't
happening.
deja vu wasn't in there. You
I
said
wrote deja vu.
you said people dreaming of people. What does it mean?
Oh, I
and then
didn't
you said
say
or deja vu.
Or-
Okay, one or the other is like oil and vinegar. And then what does one have to do with the other?
This is true.
Wow. All right. We'll find out at 2:30.
She said this is true.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
2:30.
Talk to my attorney.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure
Fran,
it
Talk
you're
out.
to my
gonna stay for
attorney.
Sally's show?
I am. Should I move aside?
No, you're
No,
good.
no,
Stay right
I do it
there.
over there.
Would you like me to give you an easel? Would you want me to give you an easel so you could paint something? You could feel more comfortable.
Say it again.
You give you something to paint on, so you feel more comfortable.
No, he's joking with
Do you want me to give you?
You have to know,
Oh,
Freddie.
to paint? No, I'd
Freddie's-
rather any day teach than paint.
What do you
Painting
teach?
To me is very difficult. I teach over at the Creative Arts School in Del Rey, and I also teach, I'm going to be teaching at the Armory. I teach all over.
You teach art.
I teach abstract expressionism.
She probably knows Jay Harmon.
You know Jay Harmon?
Probably by sight. I belong to a lot of organizations.
Sally's trying to figure out the mics.
Charlie, what are you doing?
Can't get there.
I've taken over your job.
It's a self-serve studio.
Now let me ask you a question because you are an artist.
I am.
Can you paint upside down and then turn it right side up and then voila? Can you do
No,
that?
because what we do is abstract expressionism, and it's a good question that you asked, because halfway through, while I'm working with students, I have them turn their canvas.
Okay.
Because literally, when you're working in that kind of style, it's more about mood and emotion. It's not about making anything look like anything.
Exactly. They put like all these lines together.
Put all
Next thing
these
you know,
lines
it,
together,
poof.
and then we also use a lot of mediums. So we project it from the canvas, which is one of my fortes, to make it look like it has a dimension to it. So it's and the thing about it, and what's really cool, is that anybody can do this kind of art. I had a program with students. You were over at the CSL and I rented space there. And I had 19 students who had never touched paint before end up in 2 cover stories in the Sun Sentinel.
Wow.
Because the reporter who came to see the work was so awed by the quality of the work.
You see, I was always looking for somebody who could do that, and then it turns and you invert it, and then it becomes. I was gonna put it there with a spinner, this electrical motor, so it's upside down, and then it spins. And it goes right side up. Why are you laughing?
Like a salt shaker.
Yes, exactly. And it's because I've seen people do this in stadiums and restaurants. They charge $400 or $500 a seat, and at the end they put the music loud. They turn the lights down low.
And they auction it off, yeah.
And then they auction it off for a good cost. But it's amazing. So I say to the artist, I say, okay, do I hang it upside down? Or do I hang it right side up?
And you know what art is today? You know, the banana that was over.
Yeah.
Okay, so you could turn it upside down and would still.
I would put a spinner on it, and it would turn it this way, and then it would go this way, and then it would drive her crazy.
With any of my paintings in here.
I gotta tell
I
gotta pay you a compliment, and I hate doing it, but I gotta pay you a compliment.
Tell me.
I gotta pay you a compliment. So I was here over the weekend on Saturday. I was working, and I was doing a brand new show with Pfeiffer and Joe Rubo. They came in here doing something called the We Talk Funny podcast. And I gotta say that We Talk Funny podcast, because they get mad at me if I say it any other way. And I did the set, and I put other paintings to cover certain parts of the set. Oh no, I want that. I love that. So your stuff was everywhere.
Okay.
So I said to her, are you sure you want this? Because I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. What did she say?
She came in on Wednesday, an hour before Kol Nidre. There's a meeting. She says, I like simple. I don't want it. She didn't want to be in any of the studios because she didn't want to be surrounded by any art.
Okay.
She
She doesn't want this.
Plain black. So they did. They gave her a plain black backdrop and then all of your paintings.
Wow.
There's nothing simple about your painting.
And there's nothing simple. You can't even spell the word simple on her paintings.
No, you really.
And I walk in, I said, why are Sally, this morning, she wanted simple. And he says, but she loved Sally's artwork. So
She
Sally
said, don't
was
touch it.
doubled
that was
up.
nice.
It was everywhere.
That was nice. Yes, because you can turn them around. Yeah, and whatever you
I
want
know,
to do.
which is fantastic.
So there's your compliment.
Thank you very much for letting me know.
I didn't
It was
even
very
tell you
I
that.
know you didn't want to tell me, but
I
I'm
didn't.
very happy you did.
I didn't want to tell you. Boy, I would
Lovely
tell
to
you.
have you over the house. So thank you and Steve for coming.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for not inviting me. And I went in your honor. I went to two Georges to eat.
Oh, okay.
What we normally get at the
But
other
it
place.
wasn't as nice as
No, it wasn't. Well, you weren't there.
No,
Oh,
thank
it's
you.
nice.
Oh, that
Not the
makes
same.
up for all that you didn't want to show my paintings.
All right, should we wrap this up? Get ready for Call Me Zena coming today
Yes,
at 2:30?
Absolutely.
All right, more to come. Thank you, ladies, all for joining us. Some new
Thank
friends
you.
of the cafe. Please get your tickets. Go to ampfutures.org and click donate. You'll get all the information for Spotlight for a Cause. Tickets are $33, or you can check out on Facebook events, Eventbrite. It's all over the place. We'd love to see you there. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time.
Don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddy S will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.